What's up, everybody? This is your boy Garcia, and this is a beautiful day. And today we're going to be talking about the EIDL, the stimulus check, and yes, once again, the PPP. First, what I want you to do is take a look at this. Sponsored by Proven by Ruben's T-shirts. You down with OTP? Yeah, you know me. Yes, offer to purchase, baby. Merch link down below. Check it out. Get yourself a T-shirt. So what I wanted to jump on first is that it looks like politicians are arguing again in Washington. Weird, I know, but it looks like one side wants to use the extra the proposed $250 billion PPP money to go towards small business, while the other is saying that they want to push it towards something called the Hero Fund. I'm going to talk about it, but there is a link below. And what it looks like is that the frontline essential workers are going to get up to $25,000 of hazard pay within this Hero Fund. Why they can't meet in the middle somewhere? I don't know. But that's why I'm not a politician. So let's jump into the stimulus check. Alright, for the stimulus check, more good news. Number one, you hit that like button. And number two, looks like 80 million Americans are going to get their stimulus check by tomorrow or Wednesday, April 15th. Now, if you haven't seen your stimulus check hit yet, it should be hitting tomorrow, April 15th, if not sometime later during the week or sometime between 2020 and 2025. It will show up. If you want to track where your money is actually at, the IRS is coming out with a link. I had this in my last video, but it's the Get My Payment link, or the Where My Money link. Alright, so that should be coming out this week as well, so make sure you go there and find out where your money's at. Now, if you're going to be getting a paper check, straight up snail mail, the IRS will be pushing out about 5 million checks a week starting May 4th. These checks will be sent out to the low income earners first, and then obviously tapering up from there. So if you look down below into the description, there will be a link called the IRS Tools. Click on that link and you're going to be able to add things like your bank account information. There will be a filers and a non-filer side. Go there, the tool's right there. Go ahead and put in what you need to put in order to get this stimulus check and get it decently fast. Now here's the deal. If you're going to be getting your check through snail mail, but you don't want to, go to that link ASAP and add a bank account, because if they already allocated it to get sent out snail mail, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. It's going to go through that route where it's going to go and through the mail carrier and end up in your mailbox. So if that's something you don't want and you want it ASAP, you need to do it right now. Don't even finish this video, just go and do that right now. But make sure you come back. So, quick update on the EIDL, and confirmed again, the SBA is saying it will be up to $1,000 per employee that you put on the application for the EIDL. It's not the $10,000, although they did say up to $10,000 on the application. The SBA is now saying it's $1,000 per head, per employee that you had into your business on the application that you turned in. But this is why I'm calling it the Who Knows Act, the Who Knows EIDL, because things are changing on this daily. Check back, subscribe obviously, because I am reading, I am studying, I am looking into this to make sure you guys get the information ASAP. In order for you to get it ASAP, you gotta subscribe. But good thing is, I am hearing others get this EIDL, and yes, it is coming through with $1,000 attached to per employee that they have in their business. So looks like the SBA ruled on this one, despite what the bill may have said. But the good thing is that we are seeing it come through. So I haven't seen it come through. I'll keep you updated on when I do. But if you've already got it, comment below with a thumbs up, a money sign, some praise hands, some something. Congratulations. So next, the PPP. Now remember, this is the loan where there's no collateral and you can defer payments from 6 to 12 months with 1% interest rate. So we actually haven't seen the money come in yet through our side of the business. Again, we will keep you posted. But what I'm hearing through the grapevine, not sure if it's true or not, but it looks like if you put in the application for the smaller banks, you may already have your PPP money or it's coming next. What we're finding, or at least what I'm hearing, is that route, there's less friction. The smaller banks have less friction, and they're able to get these PPP loans a lot faster. So that's just a quick nugget for you. Now there are a few things I want to go over with you about this PPP loan, okay? Number one, did you let any of your employees go just to keep the business afloat? You have till June 30th to bring that employee count back up, or the PPP loan may not be forgivable. Either the whole loan, some of the loan, maybe it's per employee, but you have till June 30th to bring that employee count back up. It's interesting. Why is it interesting? Because businesses may have had to do that to stay afloat, and now you have to bring them back on. And you better believe, probably more than likely, those employees are getting unemployment now. Remember, with the 600 plus that they're going to get from the federal side on top of what they're getting from the state side a week. That makes it super interesting, doesn't it? Does the employee want to stay at the house? They're getting paid more. Was it work they didn't really like, so they're going to stay at the house? So how does that business owner bring back people to hit that count again when putting in the application? So just make sure they're qualified employees, and you have enough employees to make sure you hit that number, because again, they may come back and say that your loan at a percentage or half of it or whatever, depending on those employees, may not be forgivable. And that kind of sucks. And the next thing is, make sure, yes, I know, no brainer, but make sure that you are documenting all qualified expenses, because number one, I'm sure you don't want the IRS come knocking at your door, doing some kind of search, checking out things, and doing their own little research in your business. And number two, remember, 2-year loan, you could defer it 6 to 12 months, but still, you got to pay that back if they're not all qualified expenses, and you need to do a good job of tracking it at a 1% interest rate. All right, and so for some of these loans, it could be super high, and it could really hurt the business. So just make sure that you are putting this money towards qualified expenses. And I will just say straight up, I am going to double check with my CPA, and I'm gonna double check with my loan officer, and I'm gonna do it through email, because I want to make sure that this is correct. I don't want to screw it up. I want this money to be forgivable when the PP money actually comes in. So, what are those qualified expenses? And here's straight from the bill. So I want to go ahead and read them to you, so that way you know them and you can start doing what it takes to really keep track of them. Again, I would highly suggest double checking with your CPA along with your lender, just to make sure, okay, just to make sure. But payroll costs related to continuation of healthcare, paid sick, medical, and family leave, insurance premiums, employment salaries, commissions, we love referrals, and similar compensations, okay? Interest payments on mortgage obligations, not including prepayments and principal only payments, okay? But you can write off the interest payments on the mortgage obligations. It's a qualified expense. Lease agreements, utilities, and interest on any other debt obligations that were incurred before the covered period. Now, I know I just gave you the lowdown on what that looks like. Again, double check with your CPA and lender. I'm going to do it. Because I don't need you guys in the comments later saying, you told me to do this. You said that was qualified. Slamming the keyboard down. When I'm telling you, just double check with them. I think that's the safest bet out of this whole thing. Promise. And another reason why I want you to double check with your lender is because it looks as if the loan requirements will prevail the bill. Okay? So make sure it's good with them too. Make sure it's good with them too. I'm sure my loan officers are watching right now like, That's right. That's right. You better do what we say. Remember, you have 8 weeks. Once the money comes in, you have 8 weeks to use that money towards qualified expenses, the PPP money. I would say after 8 weeks and 1 minute, or 8 weeks and 1 second, start to put in the correct paperwork for qualified expenses. For the money that you spent within that 8 weeks, immediately go in for the forgiveness. immediately. Because I'm sure, have any of you guys noticed that things get backed up with everything going on right now? Have any of you guys saw a slowdown and a changing of things? I would do your best to be the very first person in line to make sure that the qualified expenses get forgiven. And when 8 weeks pass and that 1 second passes, I will definitely be doing that. Again, making sure that everything was double checked by the CPA and lender. I will keep you guys up to date. This is why you guys need to subscribe, because you're going to hear my downfalls, you're going to hear my wins, you're going to hear other people's downfalls and wins, I'm sure, in the comments. So make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date, because I am going to keep it raw and real with you guys. So that's it. Just want to make a quick video, a quick update of the EIDL, the PPP, the stimulus check, and whatever they're arguing about in Washington right now. Go get your merch. You down with the OTP, offer to purchase. These t-shirts are lead generation. Promise it starts conversations. And until the next time we meet again, adios.